Many functions in the plant. One key function in that is maintenance.
This is a film assembly machine which is attached to the computer here. This tells me whether I'm in the green, yellow, or red. It helps me manage this machine more thoroughly now because 2 years ago we had to run to supervisors and get other help. Now we as a team can run this machinery by ourselves.
I can use the statistics that are generated from the data that the operators collect themselves to tell myself and the other people in the management team where to go, what's the next step for these machines. Do we need maintenance now? Do we need capital improvements, redesign? And when that all comes together, and it does frequently now because our systems are really getting in place, that's very exciting. It's very rewarding.
In addition to the quality improvement, we've seen substantial yield improvements as a result of these programs. Our yields have improved about 6%, which in this plant is about $1.5 million worth of materials that used to go into the scrap pile, now go out the door as finished product. Our productivity has improved by nearly 100%, with 33% of that improvement coming since the first quarter of 1988.
The new design relies on small teams of up to 12 operators in an improved working environment. The concept of small group working has achieved improved quality levels, more effective space utilization, and reduced work in process levels.
We're working on a team, which means we're working together. It's a lot more fun, more quality work because you're checking as you go. We're working with just in time, which means you get just the piece parts and stock that you need, which you save on waste. And you can do more quality work because you're checking your work as you're going along. It just makes it a lot easier.
Four major points of our work redesign are that we have self-maintaining work teams, that we have a flatter organization, which leads to less bureaucracy and quicker decision-making, that we have more product focus, in that people in the plant are more focused on the end product, the film that we produce, rather than the chemical solutions that they make to produce that film, and that we have multi-skilling with fewer job boundaries so that people can move where the work is. All of this leads to improved productivity, which after all is the bottom line. That's important to us, not only as employees, but as shareholders.
With work redesign, we have embarked upon a program of high-performance team training. Our goal here is to get everyone on the team committed to their individual roles and to the whole team's results.
I have more feeling now for somebody that works in the warehouse than I would have 8 or 9 months ago. And I have more feeling for a person's job than the evaluation. It's made me more aware of the details that I have to take care of to make sure that when I send out a base roll to the warehouse, that it is in the best condition that I can send it out in. Because if there is a problem, it causes a bigger problem for them. The restructuring has been very difficult, and a lot of people have had to change their way of thinking from the old way of doing the job to the new way of doing the job. And I find that, personally, I feel we've had to do that because we wanted to stay competitive in a business that I feel is very competitive.
You no longer are restricted to just making the product, but you're following the product, what's happening to the product on the market. You learn more about the product and you're motivated more in the long run.
I think the change that we're talking about is going to be and is absolutely fantastic. It is difficult, but it is producing results.
I think it's the way Polaroid should have gone, and I think it's going to work out in the best for all of us here.
Our strategy for obtaining dramatic improvements in manufacturing efficiency and effectiveness is now only 2 years old. Already, over half of our manufacturing employees are operating under new work structures. Another 25% will be added by the end of this year, and we will complete the process in 1990. We have a tremendous opportunity before us. The first steps have been taken. With the support of our shareholders and Polaroid employee shareholder team members, we know we will be successful in meeting our objectives. Thank you.
As you saw in our manufacturing operations, inside Polaroid there's a surging sense of confidence in our future. I believe that a large part of our growing momentum and shared optimism comes as a consequence of our new status as your fellow owners in Polaroid. As you know, our ESOP was conceived several years ago and implemented last summer as a means to give our employees a greater sense of participation in the results of their own hard work. It is vitally important to remember that our employees paid for the ESOP, paid for their stock out of their own wages. Now, one of the more interesting challenges facing us is to learn how to make ownership an active, powerful concept in our everyday work life. However, even now, each and every one of us knows that the future value of our investment, like the future value of your investment, depends upon our ability to make Polaroid an ever more profitable company in the future. And I can tell you that I've been both gratified and proud to see the clear results, as our people have truly applied themselves with renewed energy and commitment throughout the company. I personally believe that this link, this bond between our owner-employees and you, our fellow shareholders, will be a valuable experience for everyone connected with this great company. In many ways, we have seen today that the picture is changing at Polaroid. We are hard at work with clear goals and purpose and a well-defined plan to achieve them. We have our collective feet on the accelerator. We're moving forward under full power to build a new, vital, and ever more profitable Polaroid for the future. Thank you for your attention, and I'd now like to turn the meeting back over to Bill.
Bill McCune returned to give the results from the auditors of the election.
So the directors were elected as proposed. The board proposal number 1 was voted for. The board proposal number 2 was voted for, and the stockholder proposal was voted against.
Bill McCune then opened the meeting for questions. Mac and Bill answered questions from the audience for a brief period before the meeting was adjourned.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll call the meeting to a close, and we appreciate your coming on this warm day and hope you found it very useful.